more they stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Hello everybody, it's Nate from Echo City Music Lab. Welcome to another tutorial video. The song I'm going to do today is Put Your Records On. This was originally written and recorded by Corinne Bailey Rae almost 15 years ago, and then recently Rip Momney did a super cool cover of it, so I thought it'd be fun to do a version of it. Both recordings, the Corinne Bailey Rae and the Rip Momney one, are really cool. I like them for different reasons. I'm gonna pick and choose a little bit. There's some places where they're a little bit different. They are in the same key though, so that makes it easy. Anyway, there's a fair amount going on in the song, so let's just jump into it. So the first half of the verse and the chorus share the same chord progression. We're gonna start with that. And I always put the chord chart down in the description, so print it out, follow along, make notes on it. It makes it a lot easier. The first chord is going to be A major. We're going to do an inversion on it, so instead of doing the A at the bottom, we're going to do the A at the top. So it ends up being C sharp, E, and A. I would do that with thumb, second finger, and pinky. Next chord is going to be B7. We're going to do this with a D sharp, an F sharp, and an A. So conveniently, you could just keep your pinky on A when you move between them. You'll notice there's no B in it. We're gonna add the B with the left hand bass note, then it sounds like the full B7 chord. Next, we've got a D over E. So the right hand's just gonna do a regular old D major chord, D, F sharp, and A. And when we're doing the left hand bass notes, we're gonna do an E. Got a cool sound to it there. Note that the Rip Momney version just does a regular D, so the bass note would be D. I'm gonna do it with the D over E from the Corinne Bailey Rae version because I think it sounds cool. So for the left-hand bass notes, you're just gonna do a with your pinky. Three little birds sat on my window. And then go up to E with the thumb here. And they told me I don't need to worry. And that's the same for girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your head down. Let's take a look at the pre-chorus. So we've got an F sharp minor. That's F sharp, A, and C sharp. I'm going to add the left-hand bass notes in right now. So I'll use my second finger on that. Because next we're going to step to a C sharp over F chord. So my left-hand thumb's just going to come under to the F. And the right hand will be doing a F, G sharp, and C sharp. So now we're going to F sharp minor over E. So we go back up to that F sharp minor in the right hand, and the left hand can just step down to that E. It's so funny, this exact same chord progression in this key came up in the video I did for Waterloo Sunset a couple weeks ago. I said the same thing there. People might be wondering why I didn't just call this an F sharp minor 7, because it's got an E in it. And the reason is I think it makes it a little bit more clear what you're doing here with the walking down the bass notes. And from there, we've got a B9. Now, conveniently, what you're doing in the right hand for this F sharp minor works as the top part of a B9. So you can just keep it there and move your bass down to B. Sounds good. So that's the part that sounds like maybe sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. And then last thing before the chorus, we're going to a D major 7. Hey, we get to keep the right hand in the same spot yet again. So still doing F sharp, A, and C sharp here, but our bass note is a D. Then we've got another C sharp, this time not over F, so the right hand's still doing that F, G sharp, and C sharp here, but the left hand will just do a C sharp bass note. And finally, we've got a B7, so we already did that earlier, like that. So that's the more things seem to change, The more they stay the same, don't you hesitate. And we're in the chorus. So you now know all the chords to get you into the chorus. So now let's go through and talk about what we might want to do with the energy in terms of what the left hand's doing, rhythms and stuff. So the Corinne Bailey Rae version starts right off the bat. There's drums in the first verse. It's super energetic. The Rit Momney version kind of keeps it really stripped back and chill for the first verse and pre-chorus, and then in the first chorus there's that big drop that maybe you've listened to on TikTok. I'm going to base the energy off the Rit Momney version. So actually, I know we were working with the left hand bass notes for that first chord progression. For the very first verse, let's just keep it right hand only. So we're not going to do the bass notes at first. We'll just do 3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. So maybe I'll bring in the left hand here for maybe sometimes, but just keeping it chill still. We've got it wrong. It's really high for me, but it's all right. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate. So now the energy, this is where the bass comes in on the Rit Momney version. I'm going to start doing octaves in the left hand. If you can't stretch octaves, it's totally cool to just do single notes, but I'm going to go, girl, put your records on. So no chord there. And then, tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. So that's where it kicks in. I started doing some quarter notes in the right hand, getting a little bit more heavy-handed with the bass notes. Just one new thing at the end of the chorus, there's that, you're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. So that's a D major 7 chord, which we did already in the pre-chorus. And then we've got a D minor major 7. All you're gonna do there is drop the thumb. So it's still a D bass note, and then it's F, A, and C sharp. That chord doesn't come up very often. Usually if you have a minor chord at the bottom and you're adding a 7, you do a minor 7 on top. Nice and pretty, jazzy sounding. The minor chord with the major 7 on top sounds kind of tense and weird, at least on its own, but sometimes in context, like in this song, it sounds great. So there you have it. D minor major 7. Only one more section to learn. So after that first chorus, we're going to have another verse, another pre-chorus, and another chorus, and that brings you to the bridge. First chord in the bridge is a B minor 7. But since we're going to be doing the B bass note in the left hand, we don't need to do it again here. We can just keep it to 3 notes in the right hand. So you're basically doing a D major chord here in the right hand. D, F sharp, and A, while the left hand does that B. We've already talked about the rest of the chords you need in this section, so I'll just walk you through it. We start with that B minor 7. 'Twas more than I could take. Pity for pity's sake. I'll put my thumb on the F sharp for the bass note here for some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. So no chord for that moment. Then back to the B minor 7. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try. So D major 7, we did that before. Any longer. Do what you want to. Girl, we're in the final chorus now. So the Rit Momney version ends with just a single chorus here. The Corinne Bailey Rae version does a double chorus. I'm going to do it the Rit Momney way. Just keep it short and sweet. I think that's everything. I'll do the whole song now so you can see how it all fits together. I'm trying to do these videos once a week. You can help my new channel grow by subscribing, and then that way you know when I come out with new stuff. So here's my version of Put Your Records On. 3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. change. The more they stay the same, oh, don't you hesitate. Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Blue as the sky, sunburnt and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside. Just relax, just relax. Don't let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that afro hairdo. Maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more you stay the same, the more they seem to change. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. 'Twas more than I could take, pity for pity's sake. Some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. Do what you want to, girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song.